Cruise news, a passenger fainted in fear of missing their cruise ship. Thankfully, some people came by to help them out. I'm going to get you the details. Also, I have some information on a cruise season being canceled. There are some new restrictions to be aware of, plus I have info on new ships, new itineraries, new rules, and a lot more. I'm going to get you the top 12 cruise news updates to get you fully up to speed, and I'm going to get you the information fast, coming up. Let's go ahead and kick things off with number 1. A French woman collapsed in distress that she would miss her ship while in Genoa, Italy. The woman and her daughter were passengers on the 𝗵𝗍 𝗥𝗶𝗵𝘁 cruise ship. As they were cutting it close in time for making it back to the ship, the mother fainted from anxiety and there was a notable stir in the terminal area. The daughter then began trying to wake her up and nearby police officers came by to assist. Once she was awake, the police officers at the Genoa port tried to get her to go to the emergency room. But once the mother and daughter explained their desperation in making it back to the ship, the police officers began to assist and escorted them back to the vessel where they made it just in time. The police officers were praised for how they handled the situation. A local official said, quote, "I want to thank the local police officers who today demonstrated not only promptness and professionalism, but also the essential human touch in carrying out their profession." Next, number 2, Royal Caribbean has taken delivery of their new ship, the Star of the Seas. Along with the Icon, the Star of the Seas will share the title of being the largest cruise ship in the world. And with the delivery of the Star, that brings Royal Caribbean's fleet size up to 29 vessels, tying it with Carnival for having the world's largest cruise line based upon number of ships. But when it comes to passenger capacity, Royal Caribbean stands alone as the world's largest cruise line, since its ships are on average much larger than Carnival's. But as for the Star of the Seas, its first sailing with passengers is set to take place on August 16th. The mega ship will be offering year-round voyages from Port Canaveral. Moving on to number 3, Viking has announced that they will begin offering river cruises in India beginning in 2027. Viking is the world's largest river cruise line, and they announced that their India voyages will be aboard a brand new vessel called the Viking 𝗵𝗵𝗆, and it will be specially designed to sail on the 𝗵𝗵𝗆 River. This will be part of a trip package that Viking is calling the Wonders of India. It is a fully guided adventure that will include an 8-day river cruise plus a land tour for a combined 15-day trip. And along the way, you will visit many of India's most famous sites. Then for those of us who fly to our cruise embarkation ports, number 4, TSA will no longer require you to remove your shoes at their checkpoints when flying domestically within the US. This change was announced by the Department of Homeland Security Secretary this week. The requirement to remove shoes began back in 2006, and it was in response to a terrorist attempt to detonate his shoes during an American Airlines flight from Paris to Miami. That incident took place in 2001. But the DHS secretary said that security technology has improved significantly, so they now believe they can remove the requirement, increase process efficiency, while maintaining the same level of security. Okay, I have more cruise news pieces remaining, including some of the top headlines of the day, but now it is time for our fast mid-show check-in. In the last video, I asked, what is your favorite day on a cruise? I received input from more than 8,000 of you, and here are the results. The majority of you, 60%, are happy with any day on a cruise. For those who had a preference, the largest portion, 21%, like a sea day. Next was embarkation day, with 10% of you selecting that, and 9% said that a port day was your favorite. Thanks for your input on that. I loved reading through the comments. Also, here is today's question. Thinking about the TSA change with airport security, my question is, how do you usually get to your cruise? Is it by A, plane, B, bus, C, car, or D, train? Chime in down below with what you typically do. I look forward to reading that, but now on with the cruise news. Number 5, Oceanania Cruises has taken delivery of their new ship, the Oceania Allura. Oceania Cruises is owned by Norwegian Cruise Line Holdings, and the brand is sort of in the upper premium to luxury space. The delivery of the Allura brings their total fleet up to 8 vessels. And at the same time that they were taking delivery of this new ship, they also confirmed the order of 2 more. So looking at their order book, Oceania will have new ships arriving in 2027, 2029, 2032, and 2035, bringing them to a total of 12 vessels. They're a great cruise line. It's good to see them continue to grow. Next, number 6, I have a quick hurricane season update. If you have a cruise scheduled for the next several days, it should be fairly smooth sailing. The Atlantic does not have any forecasted cyclone formation expected in the next 7 days, and the Eastern Pacific is forecasted to be clear as well. So enjoy those cruises. As always, things can change quickly. In every cruise news episode, we provide the latest outlook along with the impacts to cruising, so stay tuned. Then number 7, I have an update on the Celebrity Infinity cruise ship that has been stuck at port. The Celebrity Infinity has been stuck in 𝗂𝘂, Turkey since Monday, July 7th. The ship has had an electrical issue to include a small fire, and maintenance teams have been working to correct the problem. Initially, the cruise line thought the ship would be able to depart after a few days' delay, but the new plan is that the Infinity would depart on Friday, July 11th, and return directly back to Athens, Greece for the planned disembarkation of guests on the 12th. As of the time of this recording, it does appear on the tracker that the ship has departed from 𝗂𝘂. So all in all in this voyage, it turns out that passengers have missed most of the stops on their planned itinerary. For compensation, the cruise line gave them onboard credit in various amounts depending upon their stateroom category. The cruise line has also given them a 50% refund of the cruise fare, and they're receiving an additional 50% in the form of a future cruise credit. To help passengers pass the time, Celebrity took one additional step to provide a benefit to the cruisers. The ship's shore excursions desk organized complimentary excursions for guests on Thursday and Friday. There were 7 different options available for passengers to explore all that 𝗂𝘂 has to offer. What do you think about the compensation? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I have additional important news to share with you, but very quickly, if you're new here, I'm Jason with the Travel Scouts. Our aim in each video is to put together the latest cruise news and deliver it to you in such a way that you're fully up to speed and it doesn't waste your time. So if you'll be cruising, definitely consider subscribing. Let's continue with the cruise news. Number 8, Regent Seven Seas has announced that they are revealing a new season of cruises. Now, Regent Seven Seas is the top-end luxury line owned by Norwegian Cruise Line Holdings. The voyages they are revealing includes their itineraries from 2027 and into 2028. There are 234 new sailings in all. And these will include a variety of cruise offerings literally throughout the world. Guests can view these and pre-register on Regent's website now. Reservations will officially open for booking on July 23rd. Next, number 9, Royal Caribbean has started construction on their new cruise terminal at Port Miami. This began with the demolition of their current Terminal G owned by Royal Caribbean Group. The new terminal is expected to open in 2027, and it will be able to efficiently process up to 7,000 passengers per day. And speaking of Royal Caribbean, number 10, there are reports that some ships are asking cruise passengers not to hide cruise ducks in their Central Park area that exist on their Oasis and Icon class ships. For those unaware, the hunting and finding of rubber ducks has sort of turned into a fun scavenger hunt type activity for passengers on cruises. And one good hiding and hunting spot has always been in Central Park. But some cruisers have reported seeing signs posted that say, "Please help us protect the plants. This is a duck-free zone. Please don't hide ducks in Central Park." But for those that like that activity, the Oasis and Icon class ships are the largest cruise ships in the world, so there are plenty of other hiding spots. Moving on to number 11, the future of cruising in Norway's western fjords may be in question. Norway is implementing a new zero emissions requirement for passenger vessels. This will mandate that cruise ships have no direct carbon dioxide or methane emissions, and it will require them to plug into shore power when docked. The rules will apply to passenger vessels that are under 10,000 gross tons starting January 1st of next year, and it will apply to cruise ships of all sizes starting in 2032. Many vessels are not yet equipped to plug into shore power, and while there are some small ships that can operate with zero emissions, that technology is still under development for larger vessels. Cruising in Norway is on a path to become more limited, so if that is a bucket list cruise that you are looking to do, you may want to knock that one out in the next few years. Then number 12, 𝗖𝗍 Cruises has announced that they are canceling their 2025 to 2026 Middle East cruise season. 𝗖𝗍 is one of 8 cruise brands owned by Carnival Corporation. This cancellation will have impact on sailings from October of this year through March of next year. In a statement to book guests, the cruise line noted that this was due to security concerns in the region. To replace those voyages, 𝗖𝗍 announced that they would instead offer itinerary sailing in Northern Europe and the Atlantic Islands. Okay, I want to say a special thank you to our newest channel members, and for everyone, you are up to date. If you want to stay up to date and be ready for next cruise, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.